Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? We are right back at you. Like a bad case, I can't say it. All right, so here we go. Brian, first one's for you. Do you think Kyle's best friend Sims is helping set the smoke screen by hyping up Mac Jones and telling everyone that's who we're taking?
I don't think that, at least as per the conference today, I don't think that Kyle's telling Chris anything that he's going to put out there. So I don't think that no, I don't. You're muted.
My bad. Could Fields be another Haskins? How? What is it? What is your comparison? I don't think Fields can be another Dwayne Haskins. And I understand why people would say that, but I don't think so. And my pro comparison ceiling for him is Russell Wilson. That's the ceiling. I see very, very similar traits and characteristics to Russell Wilson back when he was with Wisconsin. And so that's what I think it is. I would say that the floor for him is Baker Mayfield. Ooh. All
That's
right,
a win-win.
Huh?
That could be a win-win for our team.
Yeah. Do y'all think the Chiefs cheated Super Bowl 54?
Well, if you go back and watch all those holding calls that didn't get called, I would say yes. But I'm sure we had some of our own.
I'm gonna double up with you and give you this one too. Okay, this looks like an interesting one. Mahomes is a new standard elite quarterback. Do any of the top 5 quarterback prospects have his type of ceiling? And yeah, that's it.
For me, I think that it's a good possibility. I mean, obviously everything's a guess at this point, but I think with what we've seen through their collegiate career, Wilson and Fields are probably both could be at that level if they are, similar ceiling. I've already said that I already think that Trevor Lawrence is probably going to end up being a bust, not just because of his placement with the Jags.
Okay. All right. Is there a quarterback in the draft you feel can start week 1 for us, or would you just keep Jimmy for 1 year? I would keep Jimmy for 1 year, but I also think that there are a couple of quarterbacks that could start week 1 and have some success. One being Mac Jones. Don't want him, but I want to be clear. I believe he could start in this system week 1. I also think Justin Fields could start week 1. And I also think the BYU guy, Zach Wilson, could start week 1. All right. Here you go. With Justin Fields running a 4.44 today and having the fastest 40 times since RG3's 4.41, is this going to be 2012 all over again? Spoiler alert. Good question.
I don't think so. And I don't think that the speed is necessarily the number one attribute that Kyle's looking for. He does want somebody, I think, who is mobile or can be mobile if necessary to extend plays, but I don't know that necessarily the 4.4 speed is a necessity within this scheme.
All right, I'm going to give you another one. I like going back to back to you. Are you guys satisfied with the wide receiving core we currently have, or do we go after another wide receiver in free agency or the draft?
I am satisfied with our current core, but I do expect that they're going to take somebody in the mid-late round. I don't think that we pull anybody else out of free agency.
Good answer, man. Since most of you guys are from the East Coast, sorry, Brian, will any of you be at the Eagles game this year when the Niners come to Philly? NBN meet and greet? I will be there. A buddy of mine who I used to work with before I started this new job is a season ticket holder. And as soon as the schedule came out, I was like, Mike, you know what's happening, bro. I got you. So I will automatically be there. He told me I don't have a choice. Niner. And yeah,
if there's a NBN meet and greet, I am nomadic. I will be there if it's happening, probably no matter where it's at.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. Miss Debbie is in here. Was it my imagination or was Jimmy out there with John and Kyle at Fields' pro day? All right, let's start there. Did you? I
didn't. I don't think I saw Jimmy out there. I wasn't looking for him, but I didn't see anybody that reminded me of him.
I'm gonna have to take a look. Honey cornbread, garlic bread, or fluffy biscuits with your beans and rice.
With beans and rice, I like the biscuits, but I am a huge whole garlic, not like, it's got to be like whole fresh garlic. I love garlic bread.
I think with beans and rice, because I'm getting a salty thing, I would like something sweet. So I would have to go with the honey cornbread, the sweet and salty back and forth. I think I would go with that.
I
All
put
right.
honey on my biscuit, so.
Oh, see, so that's okay. I get it. All
That's
right.
a
Assuming we
Popeyes
take
thing.
a quarterback with our first pick, what's our next pick? A, center, B, corner, or C, other?
So if you're looking at, sorry, was this for you or for me? Okay. If you're looking at what we currently have in areas that need to be addressed, the corner should be our second round pick. But if you're thinking long-term future, picking up Landon Dickerson or Creed Humphrey in the second round wouldn't be a bad thing either to sit behind Alex Mack for a year. So you could go either way, but as the team currently sits, the place that we need the most help is the cornerback position.
Okay. Vivian, we see your question here, but it literally was the same thing, so I won't ask that one again. Sev says, if Jimmy G balls out next year, do you think we can get a first-round pick for him? The quarterback market is very, very strange. Jimmy has to play well enough where people think that he won the team a handful of games, like he himself, and the market has to be really, really bad. It has to be like really bad. So it's not impossible to get a first-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, but it's going to depend more on the market, not on him.
Right.
I hope that answers the question.
And I think that if the Patriots are interested, you're going to see something similar as they did to us, where we went in early and asked for Jimmy and they said no. And then it came to the deadline and they called us. We may see that happen again too, in the reverse order.
That's right. I like the way you think, bro. Do you guys think keeping Jimmy is risky because players might be torn on who they want at quarterback between him and the Rook?
I think the players are going to support Jimmy until Jimmy's not the quarterback anymore. And if he gets beat out in camp, they're going to see that he got beat out in camp and they're going to take the rookie over him. But I don't think that that's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think that they're going to support whoever's under center because you guys have to remember one thing about the NFL. Regardless of who's playing anywhere else, you still have to do your job or you're going to get cut. So I think they're going to go out there and support whoever. I think that the teams support team success because it's better for them. All right. Did you guys read that Kyle and John were heading to Columbus right after watching Alabama today? Yes, I did. I saw Cam Edmonds' tweet. Is Fields working out for them again tomorrow? It appears that way. And I think actually when he spoke after the workout today, he said he can't wait to throw for the Niners or meet with them. He's looking forward to it and any other team that wants to see him. So I do think that they're going out there to see him tomorrow. What do you think there, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it too that they're heading up there. They may end up not needing to see him do. I mean, the pro day is on tape, so I mean, yeah, it's always nice to see those guys do it in person, but they may be going to do a formal sit down with him instead of an actual pro day because he did insinuate that it would be further down the road to do that. He would be willing to do it, but it would be further down the road to do another pro day.
Yeah, it's a little. I don't know how many passes he threw today, but you don't want to see quarterbaks throw 50 passes.
He was supposed to throw like 65, and then they did some unscripted stuff at the end too. So
right, and you don't want them doing that back to back. So, all right. Sev again says, if Zach Wilson and Justin Fields are on the board at the same time, who do you want? Oh no, who do you want to pick, and who do you think John and Jai will pick? John and Kyle will pick.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Me personally, I like Justin Fields over Zach Wilson. I don't know how much legitimacy there is to it, but I have heard and read some articles about his not his thought process, but his personality, I guess, his personality traits about how he feels he stands in this world, but over other people. Conceitedness, I guess, would be the right word.
All right. I agree with you. I want Fields, and I actually think I don't know if I'm trying to convince myself of this or not, but I think they want Fields more than Wilson. I think. All right. What is more concerning, the special teams or the health of the health staff, the strength and conditioning?
For me, it's going to be the special teams.
That's a really good question. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree though. I think health has a lot to do with individual people. although there is a strength and conditioning staff for a reason. But I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go with special teams. I'm gonna go with
Right.
special.
And I think last year was a little bit off just due to COVID and their ability to do a whole. Not that they couldn't do everything they normally do, but it couldn't be done as routinely as it would have been done on a season where there was no restrictions.
Okay. Which rookie quarterback do you think will have an easier time learning Shanahan's system?
Well, I think we've talked about that on last show. I think if you're looking at who could slide right in right now, while I don't want him, it's Mac Jones.
Agreed. What is Zach Wilson comparing? So his comparison. Who is your Zach Wilson pro comp? I think is what they're trying to ask.
I'm not good at that. I am not good at that.
People are gonna kill me when I say this. I think he's a little. No, I'm not gonna say a little. As
Like
far
Carr,
as
maybe
what they do well. Who?
Carr, maybe.
No, I'm gonna say Sam Darnold. I know that sounds crazy, but watch Sam Darnold when he was in college. Forget his record and all that stuff. Just ability wise, I think Sam Darnold is probably a fun comparison for him. Let's see here. What if Mac Jones is the next Tom Brady and everyone else is a bust?
Then we missed our shot.
Yeah. All right. Do you think Kyle wants a Mahomes type quarterback for real? And who has the most potential to be the Mahomes type quarterback?
Do I think that's who he wants? I think we've talked about this before too, that Kyle kind of, obviously he showed last year, regardless of who his quarterback is, he's going to kind of play to their strengths. And so he'll manipulate his system in a way that best utilizes the talents of the quarterback put in there. As far as who has the most potential, I think that it's kind of a toss-up between Wilson and Fields. I'm leaning Fields, I think, to have that kind of ceiling. So
I like it. All right. What if Shanahan went to Alabama to talk to Bill about a Jimmy trade?
Yep. Somebody, there was a reporter that brought that up today. I can't remember her name. But yeah, it's very, very much a possibility. But I really think that they went there to look at some other players.
Yeah, I think they do both, but I don't think that's why they went to talk to Bill.
Right. I think, do we trade back into the first for Najee? That kind of thing.
Right. Or that center if the other centers start to fall off the board.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I doubt centers get drafted that early, but it's not impossible. So who plays slot with the guys we have now?
If healthy, Hurd.
Yes. God, I hate you for. All right. No, I don't hate you. That was good. I don't like you. All right. Could it be a disaster in the locker room if we keep Jimmy? We kind of answered that one earlier, so we won't waste time on that one there. Here we go. I want to get your thought on this. Is Fields a better passer than RG3?
Haven't really looked at RG3 in a lot of years. I always looked at him as a run first option kind of guy. So I think just going off of that Fields is not a run first guy. So Fields is a better passer than RG3.
I agree. I'm not going to touch it. Do you think we will trade up next year for a first round pick? Steph, this is a really good question, man. I like this.
Next year?
Yeah.
It depends on what. To me, it's going to depend on what happens with Jimmy, because that's really the only one that you have on the roster currently that could bolster. Because you got to think about it. We trade away our first round next year. We trade away our third round next year.
He's not asking, do we trade a player for a first round pick?
Yeah. How do we trade up? If you only have a second round pick, you're going to have to put it with something else to move back in the first round. So you're going to have to use either the capital you get from Jimmy or find another way to get more draft capital to packages up to move forward. So that's either a player, or if you trade Jimmy mid-season or at the end of the season, whatever the team opts to do.
I think that the only way I can see that happening is if there is like a very obvious hole the Niners have, and someone is falling to like 27, 28, 29. The problem is that we're coming all the way from the 20s to jump all the way back up to 32. It's gonna be serious. So I'm gonna say no. I don't think we have the ammo to do it. My man has typed this multiple nights here, and I'm glad we finally get to answer it. It's gonna be the last question of the night too. Are you down with OPP?
You go.
Yeah, you know me. Are you kidding? No, my wife is the. No, I'm not.
When I was young, not anymore.
That's gonna do it, guys. Good night.